How about this, man? 2 months after the ladies did it, here comes baseball. Year 2 for Kim, year 2 for Jay. Hanging banners left and right, building new trophy cases. What y'all say? Let's go. Oh, y'all already know what's about to come down. I already got my towel over there. I already got my dry clothes ready to roll. I told y'all what was going down. I got my Van Winkle Lot B 12 year. We are going to finish this bottle tonight, and I cannot be more fired up for this. What up, E-Rock? National champs. Kidding me? First time in 14 years? 14 years, man. Longest drought since the first title in program history. Of course, the great Skip Bertman won 5 in 10 years. 91, 93, 96, 97, 2000. Didn't win another one. Pulmonary got it done in 09. You weren't back in the championship series again until 2017, 8 years later. And now 6 years after that, you're finally back in it. And the Tigers with an incredible squad, an incredible team, and coach, program, everything, man. LSU goes and got it done, man. I'm going to tell you what, we're going to talk about the game. We're going to celebrate fun. I'm so, Jeb Whitley said, let's see if we can get to 5,000. I'm here for 5,000, y'all. I'm here for 5,000. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. For his Omaha, and he's flying home tomorrow, so Hunt will be able to do his show. Musso's at the beach, otherwise I'd have him do it. So I got to do 5 hours of radio tomorrow. I'm doing Hunt show from 1 to 3, then I'm doing AFR from 3 to 6. And you know what? I couldn't be more jacked up about it. I'm going to go jump in the pool. Y'all know it's coming. Y'all know it's coming. I'm going to go jump in the pool, but I'm going to wait till more people are here to see it. So let's do this first, y'all. I got to light my cigar, and I got to light my cigar as a as homage to the national champions. Congratulations. Congratulations to Jay Johnson. Congratulations, Dylan Cruz, Paul Skeens, Trey Morgan, Tommy White, Cade Beloso, Gavin Dugas, Alex Milazzo, Hayden Travinsky, Braden Joubert. I know I'm leaving guys off and I shouldn't, but Josh Pearson, man, Gavin Guidry, who gets the final out. What a moment for a freshman, right? Like, what a moment for a freshman. A freshman from Lake Charles to be on the bump for the final out of the College World Series. To the national champs, go Tigers. You know what? I'm going to tell y'all what. I ain't even going to lie to you. I got a glass for this. I ain't being fancy tonight. I am finishing this bottle, and I'm drinking it straight from the bottle. Y'all tell a friend. Scones up here drinking Van Winkle Lot B 12 year out of the bottle tonight. I ain't trying to be fancy. I ain't trying to be bashful about nothing. We're going to sit here. I'm going to drink the rest of this straight from the bottle. I'm going to smoke this cigar, and me and all of you beautiful people are going to hang out. We're going to have an awesome freaking night celebrating the Tigers' 7th national championship in program history, first since 2009, and I couldn't be more excited for it. So, I'll tell you, the one little bummer, I really wanted to see Paul Skeens on the bump for the final out. Really wanted to see him. You didn't need him, and it would have been piling on, but I think most people could have understood had they been able to, had they done it, put him out there, why they would have put him out there, to get him out there to record the final out, and I think everybody probably would have been cool with that. So, man, it couldn't be more fired up. Y'all smash the like button. Thank y'all for being here. Awesome people. Awesome night. Going to be a great time as we celebrate this one wherever you are. So, we are going to, hey, bro, you just got, I see the guy saying that LSU, you just got to ignore it. Well, you know what I'm going to do better yet? I'm just going to block it. Yeah, thank you, Trivia Carter. Thank you, bro. Just block him out of the chat. He don't need to be in there. I ain't worried about that dude tonight. Let me shout y'all out. Bobby Breland, Will Hillebrand, what's going on? USMC Houdat, Ryan Corinth, Tremaine 318, Trey Early, Brandon Petrie, Matthew Godwin, Nick Frugier. How about the biggest shout out of the night, y'all? How about the single biggest shout out of the night? It's got to go to Jordan Thompson. It's got to, bro. I loved the fact that so many LSU fans in attendance stood their ass up and started chanting that dude's name. His first at-bat, they stood up and they applauded loudly. It was raucous. And you know what? He comes through with an RBI single. I love it. I told y'all yesterday, man, and it ain't often I do this. I know some of y'all say all I ever do is say when I get shit right. I can admit when I'm wrong about things. But I told y'all yesterday, man, Jordan Thompson and Braden Jobert, despite the fact that they had been fighting it so much, it was so clear yesterday that something happened and they started seeing the ball. They changed their approach because both those dudes were just swinging early in the count. And it's not like hitters do this, man. I'll ask Terry about it. Hitters do this. Whenever they're in a slump, they just start swinging early in the count to try to make contact so not to strike out. And that's what those two dudes were doing. And then yesterday, it changed. Even though LSU got their ass kicked on Sunday, I'm telling you, their approach changed. They were taking pitches. They were laying off the splitty. Jordan Thompson worked a full count and pumped the ball to left center. And Wyatt Langford made a beautiful run and catch. You tip your cap to that dude on that one. But the bottom line is those dudes were seeing the ball. You could tell. And when you see the ball and you put good swings on it, eventually good things are going to happen. I feel so good for Jordan Thompson in this ball game tonight. He was 2 for 6. Hit a couple balls late that didn't fall. But when the game was still in question, he came through with 2 knocks in the ball game, was fantastic defensively in this ball game as well. So, man, a clean game defensively. How about that, y'all? How about Thatcher Herd, man? How about Thatcher Herd? Y'all, I mean, how about Thatcher Herd? How easy it would have been. How easy it would have been after getting your ass kicked. After getting your ass kicked on Sunday and maybe feeling like, is there some doubt creeping in? And then all of a sudden, man, here it comes. First 2 batters of the game. Hard hit single, homer by Wyatt Langford. And just like that, you're down 2-0. I mean, you got the first batter of the game on in Cade Beloso. Hit him in the back. Hit him in the middle of the back with a pitch, and you can't get a run home. You're thinking, all right, our fortunes are changing just like that. You can't get him home, and then what happens in the bottom of the first? Single homer to start the game, and you're like, shit, here we go again. And it felt awful. It felt awful because we don't know if Skeens is available, what availability he has, all that sort of stuff. And then Thatcher Herd, after that, all he did the rest of the way was throw up zeros. After that first inning, he threw up 5 straight zeros. Did not allow another hit. Single homer in the first, did not allow another hit after Wyatt Langford's homer. Do y'all realize that? Thatcher Herd did not allow another hit in the next 5 innings. Actually, through 6 because he hadn't recorded an out yet. He goes and records 15. Well, no, I guess he walked 2. But that's irrelevant. Point is, he did not allow another hit after that, man. What guts and chutzpah and moxie and all of that shit to give up single homer. All of a sudden you're down 2 and you're thinking, man, is this really going to go this way? And you come back top 2 and boom, 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 a 6-run second inning. And y'all, that's all LSU needed. Now, they would add more, but the 6-run second, remember how it started. Gavin Dugas takes a walk. Wild pitch, he gets to second. And then Jobert, who had really fought it, he singles through the right side. Now all of a sudden you got first and third with nobody out. And who's up? Jordan fucking Thompson. And what does he do? Base knock through the right side, RBI single, people going nuts. You feel great for the kid. It's 2-1. Now you've cut the lead in half. Pearson reaches on a fielder's choice. They got Thompson at second on the grounder. But now you got first and third. Alex Milazzo works a full count walk. We got to talk about Milazzo's injury. Full count walk. Beloso hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. You're tied. Cruz walks with the bases loaded. You're up 1. They go pull Caglione. You got him out after an inning and a third. And guess who they bring in? Fisher, the lefty. The same lefty that Tommy White homered off of in the 8th inning on Saturday night. And what did Tommy White do? Boom. Base knot, single. Milazzo scores right there. You keep the merry-go-round going. 1 out. Now what happened? Here comes Trey Morgan. Blasts one to center field. Sack fly, RBI. Then Gavin Dugas. Your turn with the merry-go-round. A 2-out rally. Boom. Base for Gavin Dugas, and now you played at 6. Unbelievable. 5 there, I'm sorry. No, you played at 6 there. Jobert singles, and they stopped. I'll tell you, this is the one moment of the game where I was like, fuck. Jobert singles. and Josh Jordan, the third base coach, stopped Tommy White at third, and it's 6-2, and LSU's up 4, and I'm going to myself. 5 runs is so important. Remember a day ago. Remember what happened a day ago. The fifth run is so important. When Florida got up 8-3 on LSU is when Jay Johnson said, Bryce Collins money, just it's done. Because when it's 5, one swing can no longer beat you. 4 always makes you a little more nervous because one swing can beat you. And they hit a grand slam yesterday. So and Herd had given up a 2-run homer just an inning prior. So you're still sitting there going, or a half inning prior, you're going, you know, you're going to need more. So not scoring White there was huge. Thompson flew out the center after that. But you come back with a 6 spot, 6 runs, 5 hits. You left the bases loaded. But 6 runs, 5 hits, and y'all, Thatcher Herd got into a groove right there. He wasn't challenged again. Then in the 4th, you put up a 4 spot. Morgan grounded out. Dugas fouled out. So it was a 2 first 2 batters, boom, boom, out, and the whole thing, 4 runs with 2 outs. Joe Bear doubles. Thompson RBI single. Pearson homers, and that's what gave you the breathing room right there. It's 9-2, and you're like, all right, pop the corks. As a matter of fact, then Milazzo singled, and then Beloso singled, and Milazzo scored, and that's unfortunately when Milazzo got hurt. But we'll come back to that. I mean, I feel awful for Alex Milazzo. I mean, a knee injury kept him out all of last year, and he battled back, and God bless that kid. And he was so important in this College World Series. And in this College World Series, in this game, he walked twice, which was in his 3 plate appearances, which was awesome. And he certainly steadied the game early and won every game he started in this College World Series, which was phenomenal to see. And God bless him. I hope he's okay. You know, it looked bad. They had him in a boot, obviously. I don't know if it was ankle, knee, what it is. I'm not going to speculate. That just sucks. But you know, if his LSU career ended on that, his last moment in an LSU career was an RBI single and then scoring from first on a single to right center. So God bless, man. And then Cruz grounded out to end that inning. But all of a sudden you look up and you're up 10-2 and the ball game's over. I tweeted at that point, pop the corks. This one's over. And I know some of y'all were like, delete this tweet. I was like, no, you don't get it. Because at that point in the game, they had already burned Caglione, they had burned Fisher, they had burned Slater, they went to Nesbitt. Y'all, like, they had nobody left. They had Neely in there if they wanted to go to him, their closer if they needed him, but they had no arms left. Like, it was the equivalent of what happened to LSU yesterday, as you saw. They were out of arms. They needed Caglione to go deep into the game. He couldn't do it. They were out of arms once you chased Fisher, and then you chased Slater. And look, Slater took a ball off the leg from Trey Morgan as well, which, you know, they got the out, but they paid a deep price because Slater he wasn't very good anyway. But point being, at that point, when you're LSU and you knew Herd's cruising, you've got Skeens at the ready if you need him, you've got Guidry and Cooper available as well, they're not scoring 8 off of that. If you needed Skeens to go put the fire out, he was going to do it. So when it was 10-2, it was over. They were not getting 8. They didn't. They scored 4. And the opposite was also true. The avalanche offensively from LSU was still coming. Like, it was, they were out of pitching. LSU had a big lead. There was blood in the water, and it was phenomenal. All right. Barry Jocelyn said, Scone, it's time for some butt naked in the pool. Now, you ain't getting me butt naked in the pool, but I tell you what you can have. And I don't know if my nephew, my godchild, Anthony, is watching. But Anthony said, next time you got a belly flop in the pool if they win the national championship from the wall. And so we got a brick wall right here. So I'm going to bring y'all over here so y'all can see. We get an even better view than we did from the last one. So here we go. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm not going to do, though. I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not jumping in with my shoes on, all right? Y'all, can you see the respect, all right? I wore my purple and gold Jordans today, but I am not jumping in the pool with my Jordans on, okay? That's where I draw the line. Phone, wallet, all that stuff, maybe. Purple and gold Jordans. All right. I just took it off of Wi-Fi real quick. So now y'all can see. Here we go. Ready? All right. Raise your glasses. Here we go. To the Natty Champs. Oh, almost fell off. Go Tigers! That was absolutely a belly buster. Not gonna lie, that hurt a little, but I'm okay. That hurt a little, but I'm okay. What y'all say, bruh? What y'all say? How big was the belly buster? Y'all want another one? How about a cartwheel? Woo! And my pants are falling off, but I don't care. All right, y'all. Go Tigers, national champs. Double belly buster into the pool. Belly buster, sidewinding buster. It was worth it. Totally worth it. Hang on. I'm so fired up now. Hold on, I got my towel over here. I don't think y'all want to picture a ticket to the gun show again. Y'all got that the last game. Parade is gonna be 9.2. I love it. Dustin Abear, what's good? Appreciate y'all. All right. Oh man. I'm literally sitting here in my underwear now. I got my clothes going to dry off. All right, y'all. Let's see. Darren Bone, what's up? Naked man. I still got my underwear on, but I'm going to go change real quick. Hang on. I'm coming back. All right. Woo. I would turn it around, but I'm afraid y'all would get the reflection off the TV. I'm afraid y'all would get the reflection off the TV and you'd probably see something that would be a little, you know, NSFW sort of thing. Aaron McKenzie, this is Magic Matt. Whatever, not Magic Matt. Okay. Socks and all, y'all. All right. All right, y'all. Whew. Hang on. Almost done. Get my shirt. Hang on. Right on. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That was actually quite refreshing. All right. That was quite refreshing, y'all. All right. If you're just joining us, thank you so much for being here. I just went full on clothed into the pool. Y'all do me a favor, smash that like button. God bless. LSU national champs. Couldn't be more fired up for it. All right. Let's see. Boom. All right. I'm not gonna lie, that was mostly for my godchild, Anthony, who wanted me to jump in the pool with my clothes on and do a belly buster. So shout out Tony Moscone. All right, if you're just joining, LSU national champs, 18-4, ass whipping over the Florida Gators. I'm not sure that I would have wanted it to go any other way. Sometimes drama plays better than the blowout. You know, we got a little bit of everything in this College World Series, y'all. We got Paul Skeens with a dominant performance over Tennessee in the opener. We got, hang on. All right, y'all. We got Paul Skeens dominating Tennessee in the opener. We got We got a great game against Wake Forest, and the Tigers came up a bit short. We saw the LSU Tigers eliminate the Tennessee Vols behind a for the ages performance by Nate Ackenhausen. We saw the Tigers come back a day later against the number 1 team in the country, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. And Javen Coleman started, and it didn't go great. And Blake Money came in, and it wasn't going great. And it went and got Griffin Herring, and Griffin Herring bared down, flexed his nuts, and was awesome, and allowed LSU to get to the if necessary game. And guess who you had ready? Paul Skeens. And we got to see Paul Skeens pitch against Rhett Lauder, 2 guys that are going to be probably the first 2 pitchers taken in the draft. And yes, I'm drinking Van Winkle Lot B out of the bottle. I told y'all, if they want it, I'm cashing out this bottle, doing it tonight. I ain't even trying to mess around with glasses. Ain't worried about being fancy with Glencairns or anything like that. I'm gonna finish off this bottle. I don't even know how many pours that is in there, don't care. I'm sitting here, I'm drinking the whole damn thing. I'm gonna smoke this cigar and we're gonna hang out. So appreciate y'all for being here. You know, you punch your way into the championship series on a dramatic home run by Tommy White. One only surpassed by the dramatics of Warren Morris back in 1996. And my goodness, man. You go to the championship series. Ty Floyd strikes out 17. Tommy White, another dramatic homer. Cade Beloso, a homer in the 11th. Sunday goes the way it does, and you lose by a record number 24-4, and you return the favor in the national championship game, and you absolutely pile drive the Florida Gators. You know what? It just wouldn't have meant this much. It just wouldn't have meant quite as much if it was anyone other than Florida. It could have been Mississippi State. It could have been Vanderbilt. It could have been Arkansas. It could have been Oral Roberts, TCU, or any of them other chump schools that try to play baseball. Yeah, it was nice beating Texas and all blue blood, Roger Clemens, whatever, who cares? My point is, it was so nice to beat those bastards that beat you back in 2017. It was so nice to watch the 500 Florida Gator fans that bothered to show up, sit there and cry, and know that all the other fake Florida fans, all the other, well, they ain't got no fans, so whatever. It was just really nice to beat that team, and not only to beat them, to put up 18 runs on 24 hits to match their hit total from the day before. In the one that mattered. All right, what y'all got? What y'all got? Y'all fire away, man. Let me know what y'all got. I love it, man. 2,500 of y'all watching. That's so awesome, bro. Please, over 1,000 likes already. Smash that like button. Man, y'all do me a solid. Y'all holler at Hudco. I got Hudco pinned. Somebody knows somebody in West Baton Rouge who had a hell of hail last week. We're all ready to roof. I think we're about to roof. I think we're going to be doing a re-roof in West Baton Rouge this week. So, y'all holler. Damn. We're trying to do a smoke ring. It didn't happen. Okay. Let's see. Let me get some of y'all's comments here. Yeah, Goatman, Trey Morgan with the ridiculous tournament-saving play. Randall Offreck said, is this the best LSU baseball team ever? So we've had this conversation a lot over the years, right? Which Tiger team was the best? And really, if you're going on talent, if you're going on MLB talent, right? 2000, 2009 are probably the most talented. 91 could make a case as well. 91 had a great pitching staff. Chad O.J., Paul Bird, Rick Green, all those guys pitched in the majors. You had Andy Sheets, Rush Johnson, both played in the majors. La Mouton played in the majors. Armando Rios played in the majors. So you had a lot of big leaguers on that 91 team. 96 and 97 didn't have as many big leaguers. I'm trying to think. Warren Morris in 96, I think Warren might have been the only starter on the 96 team that ended up. So let's see, you had Lanier, no. You had Furness, no. Morris, yes. Nathan Dunn, no. J-Dub, no. Cooley, no. Kerner, no. And Bowles, no. So no one on the 96 team other than Warren Morris in the everyday lineup played in the majors. And then similar in 97, Larson did. I think Larson was the only one in 97. So now Ainsworth, actually, Kurt was even on the 97 team. Kurt was on 99, huh? I need to check that. Anyway, Be Fair TV said, "Are you going to drink with Beloso's dad?" You damn right I am. If y'all missed it, I'll fill y'all in on that in a second. But I need to text Hot Rod. I got to shout out my boy. It's real, bro. This ain't fake. I didn't pour something fake in this bottle. I'm drinking a lot of B. Van Winkle out of fucking bottle. But this team, to answer your question, I don't know about Milazzo's injury, but defensively he's got a shot. I'll tell you what scouts have told me about him. I'm just going by the positional numbers. I'll tell you what scouts have told me about Milazzo. He's not an MLB starter, but he is good enough defensively to where he can be an MLB bullpen catcher. And typically those guys will make $750,000 a year. And you're the bullpen catcher, you're a reserve guy, and when they want to get you game action, they send you down to AAA to catch a game, and then they bring you back up. And that's a pretty good life. It's almost like being a backup quarterback in the NFL. You just hold the clipboard and you get paid. So Milazzo's got a shot. I don't know about the injury, but he's got to hit better than he does. You have to be a 300 hitter, but you got to at least be able to make contact. And he made a big stride there this year. Trey Morgan absolutely has a shot at being a major leaguer. Jordan Thompson, absolutely. Tommy White, absolutely. Dylan Cruz, absolutely. Well, of course, that's a no-doubter. Pearson will be interesting to watch. I think Pearson's got a shot. And Joe Bear, if he does, it's because he learns how to hit breaking balls. But of guys I would be surprised if they didn't. I'd give you those four in the position, among position players. Really three among position players, which are Morgan, White, Cruz. I think all three of those will play in the majors. Thompson, of course. Skeens, Floyd. If you go down the list and you start going like Shores, Taylor, who we didn't even get to see this year. I mean, you're going to hit this number with this team where I think this team will in time end up having the most big leaguers on it. Yeah, I think they will. So, yeah. So for the question about Beloso's dad, for those that missed it, Joshua did we're over 3,000 viewers. I love it. Thank y'all so much, man. God bless y'all. Thank y'all so much. That's awesome to hang out, man. Raymond toasting the natty with some Elmer T. Lee. Aaron Gailey said, "How much is losing the pitching coach hurt?" Now, I think it's significant, but I also think Jay's going to go hire another great pitching coach. In the same way that losing Jason Kelly after year one hurt, replacing him with Wes Johnson clearly worked just fine. But I think you got to give a huge hat tip to the job Wes Johnson did this year, y'all. I mean, as much as a lot of people criticize this staff, as much as the narrative became, it was Paul Skeens and everyone else, the thing that I tried to say, you know what, let me step back. And I hope that this, what just happened here, I hope this is maybe something that people will carry forward next year. In this way, all throughout this season, one of the things we talked about was, hey, like, you gotta be patient and understand that, like, teams get better throughout the year. And a lot of times what you do during the course of a season is you try guys in roles. Like, we saw Thatcher Herd in every role, y'all. We saw him start in the midweek. We saw him start in the weekend. We saw him close. We saw him middle relief. We saw him as a setup guy. We saw Thatcher Herd in every role. And then they finally found his spot as he came along and got that better. My point is, a lot of times throughout the season, you know, people melt over midweek games. Think about all the guys that pitched in midweek games that you, like, I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to pick a game. Hang on. I'm just going to pick a game to sort of illustrate this, okay? I'm going to pick a midweek game. What's one that LSU lost? LSU lost a midweek game. I know they lost one to, let's see. They lost a midweek game. Here's one. They lost to ULL. Let's see who they pitched against UL Lafayette. They pitched, all right, here you go. They started Javen Coleman, gave him an inning, and went to the next guy, which was Thatcher Herd. At that point, still trying to figure it out, didn't have it. Then they went to Riley Cooper, who gave him some length, 3 1/3. Then they went to Sam Dutton and Blake Money. You lost a game where you pitched Coleman, Dutton, and Money. 2 of those guys pitched in the game where you got your ass kicked 24-4, and the other guy started the if necessary game and didn't make it out of the second. You understand my point? Like, in a 56-game season, you got arms that you have to get through games sometimes and give them opportunities and see what they can do. But by the time you get to the postseason, your team is fundamentally different because you shorten your pitching staff and you're just relying on your outgetters. So, of course, it looks better. Anyway. Oh, shit. Ow. Sorry. Ash fell on my leg. T for Bones. And what kind of cigar? Cohiba Blue Label. Cohiba Blue. Fantastic, by the way. Got it at Don Juan. Shout out Don Juan. Shout out Hudco. Mary Kay, what's up? Let's see. KMZ, Derek Matthews, 100,000 Jello shots tonight. They may get there. They may get there tonight. If y'all got questions specifically about this game, fire away. If you got questions about the team, if you got questions about transfer portal next year, etc. A lot of y'all have mentioned about Brian Kelly year 2 after Kim and Jay. Yeah, he's got Tim Fusel. Yeah, today was game 71. It's a lot of games. That's a lot of innings you have to eat up. Now, golly, dude, y'all are rolling, man. I'm trying to keep up with comments. Y'all are rolling. I'm doing the best I can, y'all. But thank you for hanging. Thank you for being here, man. Spencer P. Spencer said, I feel like Florida panicked early going to the bullpen. That's what opened the floodgates. See, Spencer, here's the thing, man. So I disagree with you, and here's why. This is it's a one-game season. All the cliches, you can't hold anything back. It's a one-game season. It's winner take it home. There is no tomorrow. All that stuff, but it matters. So Langford hits the homer bottom 2, and remember in the top of the first, first batter of the game, first pitch of the game. Excuse me. Caglione hits Beloso in the back. Then Cruz tattooed one to right field. I mean, it was a loud out. I mean, it was a warning track fly. Yesterday, that's a 2-run homer for LSU in the first inning. Then White strikes out and Morgan strikes out. So it was a nice bounce back by Caglione. And then, of course, we saw what happened. Single, homer, they're up 2-0. And then you go into the second, and when they pulled Caglione at this point, when they pulled Caglione, LSU had taken the lead. And he went walk, single, fielder's choice, walk, hit by pitch, walk. Like, at that point, he had given you Dugas's walk, Milazzo's walk, Beloso hit by pitch, Cruz walk. I mean, he gave you 4 bases. He handed you a run there, but actually 2 runs because he walked with the bases loaded and hit Beloso with a pitch with the bases loaded. He was done. Like, you had no option at that point. Like, at that, it's 3-2, and if you keep letting him struggle, it gets away. It's 3-2 right there. It's still in play, and you got the bases loaded, and you're a ground ball from getting out of it in a 3-2 ball game. So he goes and gets Fisher. Remember, Fisher is the same guy who they brought in, the lefty, who they brought in on Saturday night after Sproat. And when Sproat was really struggling, and Fisher's the one who got, hang on. I want to go through the sequence because you'll remember it. Remember, LSU was bases loaded, left 2 on, left them loaded, left 2 on. But what happened was in the sorry. They brought in Fisher, and it was a 2-1 ball game at this point. Sproat led off the 5th with a 4-pitch walk to Jordan Thompson. They brought in Fisher for Sproat. Again, it's a 2-1 ball game. He goes strikeout, ground out, strikeout to get out of it. So in that situation, no doubt, Sully's sitting there thinking, all right, it's 3-2. I got 1 out. If I bring in my lefty here, against White, by the way, who yesterday, White, with the bases loaded, rolled over one and ground into a double play. If I get White to roll over one again, I'm out of this inning, and it's a 3-2 game. So that was the right call. White just smashed a single through the left side. And then Morgan got the sac fly, and then Dugas got a 2-out single. But I'm going to tell y'all, man, as big as that's... So, no, I don't think Sully panicked. I mean... His pitcher had given away 3 consecutive bases. He hit a guy with the bases loaded, then walked a guy with the bases loaded. Like, he had to go get him there. So the game didn't get away from him. But that 6-run second was big. But the 4th inning was the game. Because at that point, it's 6-4. It's still in reach. I mean, the way they're hitting the ball, and they went single homer. I mean, it was still a game at that point if Fisher settles it down. And they still had Neely in the bullpen if they needed him. But remember what happened in the 4th, y'all. The whole thing was a 2-out rally. For all the shit about can they hit in the clutch and blah, blah, the whole thing was a 2-out rally. You open up with a ground out from Morgan, and Dugas popped foul. So you got 2 outs quickly. And then Joe Bear, 2-out double down the line, got it started. Thompson RBI single. Pearson's homer put you at 9. Milazzo singles, and then Beloso singles, which scored Milazzo on the play where he got hurt. So you scored 4 runs with 2 outs. You had nobody on 2 outs, and you got 4 runs off of Fisher. Well, Slater came in, and Beloso got the single off of Slater. But point is, you got 4 runs when there was nobody on with 2 outs. That was your ball game. The top of the 4th was your ball game. At that point, it was over. It was ball game. Cheers to the national champs. Raise whatever you got. Y'all do me a favor. We do this on Whiskey and Wine all the time. I don't know if you're able, whoever you are, but do a toast with me. I got my Van Winkle. Y'all take a picture. Whatever you're drinking, whatever you got. Oh, man, look, T-Bob and I talked about doing Whiskey and Wine tonight. It just came together a little late, and I apologize for that. You know, maybe we'll do, you know what we'll do? I know what we'll do. We'll do a celebration episode at Don Juan, maybe this weekend or something like that. Like after LSU won the Natty in football in 2019, me and Jordy, because we didn't do Whiskey and Wine for the game because we were all at the game and we could. So Jordy and I came here, if you remember, sometime in January and did a Whiskey and Wine we sat out here. We did Whiskey and Wine from here with the fire pit going and all that stuff. We put the game on the TV out here. So T-Bob and I will do a Whiskey and Wine maybe from Don Juan on Saturday or something like that, just to hang out. Everybody come hang out, celebrate. We'll fire up the live stream. We'll talk, we'll chat, we'll do all that stuff. So anyway, raise your glass, whatever you got. Toast. Cheers to the Tigers. Cheers to the champs. All right. Michael Moore, LSU's going to drink Omaha out of alcohol. Probably so. Jerry DeLucky, what's good? Pitching performance tonight is why JJ threw in the towel and played midweek pitchers last night. 100%. 100%. And it's why it was the right decision. It's as again, if you were here on the stream yesterday, as frustrating as it was to watch your team get their ass kicked and give up 24 runs, tonight was why it was the right decision. Because you had all of your key arms available. Now, Thatcher Herd gave you a great start. Thatcher Herd gave you 6 innings of 2-run ball on 2 hits. And it was the first 2 batters of the game. And then he was awesome. After that, he didn't give up another hit. I mean, Florida didn't get that lineup, which had 24 runs yesterday, didn't get another hit until the 7th inning. They got a couple of bullshit solo homers. Whatever. Ryan Dixon doing some George T. Stagg. Cheers. Ryan, you and I got to connect, bro. I got to get my Stagg Jr. I won it in the lottery. I got to get it. Christopher Smith said you got a booger. Do I? I'm good. I keep my nasal cavity very clean, actually. I'm very aware of keeping my nasal cavity clean. Benjamin Benke. Scott Woodward knocking it out of the park on the hires. And now that all the NCAA shit's behind Matt McMahon, he can get rolling too. Yeah, Brian Kelly's turn now. What up, y'all? Jason H, the hot rod bottle. The hot rod bottle's happened. Y'all, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Like, now I can give you a moment. You know what I want to do? I think y'all will be down for this. I want to get Hot Rod and Cade Beloso in studio when they get back, and I want to crack that bottle in studio on air with them and do a segment, maybe even an hour with those 2 guys. Talking baseball, talking Cade's career, talking life, talking hot rods, cooking, all that sort of stuff, and just sit there and sip on that bottle. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Justice said jump in the pool again. Ashley Megan, let's go Pappy. It's not Pappy, but it is Van Winkle Lot B 12-year. I'm almost done with it, y'all. Ashton Dillon, come out of the losers bracket and kick butt. So for those who say I never can admit when I'm wrong, I'm telling you I was dead wrong about that. That's one thing I got 100% wrong. I said this team could win a national title. They were absolutely capable. When a lot of y'all shit on them, I said this team is 100% capable of winning a national title. However, I don't think they can do it out of the losers bracket. They could certainly do it out of the winners bracket. I did not think they could do it out of the losers bracket. And the reason is because I could not have foreseen six shutout innings from Ackenhausen and the balls to the wall performance from Griffin Herring you got in the first game against Wake. The first elimination game against Wake. Couldn't have seen it. I don't know that many people could have. I didn't, and my hands in the air. So I did not think coming out of the losers bracket for this team was possible for that reason. Wow. Make sure it's okay with the program director. No, I'm fine with that, bro. It's more just, do y'all want to see that? Y'all want me to have Cade and Hot Rod in studio, and they got to be okay with doing it. So, fired up, man. Joseph said, your best dunk on the pool goal. The problem is, for Father's Day, we had the family over, so we had a little pool goal right here. And you can see there's no rim on it. The rim is sitting right here. Because my nephew decided to do a dunk Eli decided to do a dunk contest on it, rip the rim off. So I got to like screw the rim back in. Craig Gillette, Johnson managed the series perfectly. Looks like another home run hire. You got to tip your cap, man. Jay Johnson listen, I think there was no bigger critic of the decision to start Skeens against Tulane than me. I think, as we talked about it then, 90% of the reaction to that was, what the fuck are we doing? I mean, really, that was and starting Skeens against Tulane was the wrong decision. It worked, but like, the example I gave you then was Flynn to Bird, LSU Auburn, 07. One of the most dramatic plays in LSU history. It's fucking stupid. Clock's running out. You're deep in their territory. You're well within field goal range. All you need is a field goal to win it. Like, run the ball, spike it. You know what I mean? Like, set up your kicker to kick the ball and kick the game-winning field goal in the last play of the game. Don't throw it in the end zone. What if you throw a pick? What if it gets knocked up and bobbled? The clock runs out. It was a stupid fucking play. It worked. It don't mean it was the right decision. Anyway, but other than that, Jay managed this perfectly. He managed it perfectly. I thought every decision he made, every button he pushed, the decision to insert Pearson into the lineup late in the season was 100% was perfect. You know, as great as Milazzo is defensively, you needed Travinsky's bat late in the season, and he was phenomenal for you, and they rode him. And at that park, against great teams, when you were playing low-scoring games, you needed Milazzo's glove, and he went back to it. I thought Jay was perfect. In this College World Series, he was perfect. Perfect. No, Tommy White did not get MVP. Paul Skeens got MVP, and I'm going to be honest, I'm a little surprised. He was dominant in his 2 starts. He was dominant in his 2 starts, but I am surprised he got MVP. Look, he won 2 games, but Cooper pitched in 5 games. Cooper got 3 saves, a win, and pitched tonight. Riley Cooper should have been the MVP of this College World Series. With all respect to Paul Skeens, who is sensational. And I understand why Paul Skeens won it. I'm not saying he's not deserving. Skeens was deserving. White was deserving. Beloso had like a .550 on-base percentage in this College World Series. There was a lot of guys deserving. If I had a vote, if I was a credentialed media member at this College World Series, I would have voted for Riley Cooper. So I didn't have a vote. I watched just like y'all did from home. But congrats. Yeah, you're right. LSU fans said the media was all over Skeens' peanuts. You're right, they were. And he was sensational. He gave you 2 starts. He won 2 games and was dominant in both wins. So I get it. Let's see. Smash that like button if you would. Still 2,800. I told y'all, if you're just joining, thank you for being here. You got over 1,500 likes already. I told you I was going to stay here until I finished my bottle of Van Winkle 12-year Loppy, which is almost gone. Smoking my cigar, which I got a long way to go on this, so I may need another bottle of something. E-Rock, I may need you to snag me another bottle of something. Because this is, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do one more toast. This is my last. I'm gonna retire this bottle on this swig. So this dram, as whiskey nerds would say. But I'm gonna retire my Van Winkle 12-year Lot B. You've been a good soldier. I'm proud of you. I am forever grateful for you. You were my first Van Winkle. You've been with me for some time now. You've allowed me the opportunity to introduce so many of my friends to Van Winkle, which is a great honor, quite honestly, because good whiskey was meant to be enjoyed with people you care about. It was not meant to just sit in a bottle on a shelf and wait to be sold at resale in the secondary market at exorbitant prices. Good whiskey was meant to be enjoyed. After all, you are just brown water in a bottle. And we all assign value to you based on different metrics. Some people, it's just a flex. Some people truly enjoy it. I'm one of those people. And if you've ever seen the movie Sideways, it's a wine movie, but it's appropriate here. One of the characters in Sideways has a bottle of something or other that he's been holding on to forever. That was a bajillion-dollar bottle of wine. And at the end of the movie, he drinks the bottle of wine out of a styrofoam cup in a diner. And the lesson is, you don't save the bottle for a special occasion. When you open the bottle, that is the special occasion. I learned that from my friend Mickey Martin, who let me try a Van Winkle, a Pappy 20-year Van Winkle. And I'm very grateful to him for that, and I got to experience that. So I try to pay that forward every time I could. Actually, last Thursday when our friends Keith and Denane were here, Keith drank some Van Winkle 12-year, which might have been his first time ever drinking Van Winkle, and I'm glad that he got to do that. And I'm glad that we got to share that together. We've had so many great moments and so many memories. I'll never forget you and thank you. What? I'm doing a proper farewell to my soldier, Erica. Don't you look at me like that. This was my very first ever bottle of Van Winkle. I've had this for probably 3 years now. It's been open for 3 years and corked, but I drink it slowly. But this was the occasion to bid our farewell. I got her looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm sorry, did you not say sweet nothings about your dog when it dies? It's a dog.
It's a dog.
Well, it's a dog. Don't ruin this moment for me. Don't ruin my moment with my bottle of Van Winkle, Erica. Erica, I'm just kidding. Fare thee well, sweet prince. It was worth it. The juice was worth the squeeze. They're all saying smash the bottle. I ain't smashing that bottle. I got a kid, I got a dog staying here for a week. For smash a bottle outside and have someone get charged a glass in their foot? Come on. I got to be moderately responsible. Moderately. Damn. Hey. So my lighter's having some issues, y'all. The spark works, but it's not igniting. But if I put a flame over it, then it goes. Weird. All right. Keith Neal just texted me. I can't read it because I'm on my phone with the... I can't read it because I'm on my... I'm streaming from my phone.
People heard you say you had it with them.
Yep. Stoned Musso, the frogs brought us home. Jason H. wants the match shuffle. You know what? I'm not depriving anybody of anything tonight. Whatever it is you want, you all are getting. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. Do business with someone you know. HUDCO link pinned in the chat. Free no obligation roofing inspection, and with every roof inspection, you get a free HUDCO hat. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. All right, what y'all got, man? Fire away. KO said, how much is the Van Winkle 12-year? Well, it depends. Like, if you get Van Winkle 12-year at suggested retail, you'll pay, I don't know, $120 for it. It's not that much. The problem is you can't find it. So when you buy it secondary, and you buy it for $2,000-3,000. Now, I got that at retail. I was lucky, and I've gotten one in my life. So it's not like I get those all the time. This is the only bottle of Van Winkle Lot B 12-year I've ever owned, and I've never owned a Pappy. 15, 20, so on. 15, 20, 23. William Hengeman, I didn't get a hat. That's a shame, bro. You should have gotten a hat. I got you, William. Send me your address. I'll personally mail it to you. Michael Ward, pool. I already jumped in the pool, bro. So someone said, who is that? Ryan Corin said, is Guidry still pitching next year playing shortstop? I think he's your starting shortstop. I'm not going to say he won't pitch for you, but he wants to be a shortstop. He wants to hit. Thompson's going to go pro. And so you need a shortstop. Now, they're also going to go into the portal. Something that I will tell you, is keep an eye on, I'll tell you shit, keep an eye on Luke Hill. So Luke Hill is from Baton Rouge, went to Episcopal, one of the best players in the state last year. Went to Arizona State, played this year as a freshman at Arizona State. He hit .314 as a freshman with 6 homers, played short for them, and is a fantastic player. And Arizona State was the first team to offer him. LSU kind of got in late, and so I think he felt very loyal to Arizona State, which I can totally respect. I can also understand that with Jordan Thompson going pro, there's an opening at short at LSU, and Gavin Dugas also is out of eligibility, so your whole middle infield is open. So be it second or short, Luke Hill could transfer to LSU and be a day one starter at either middle infield spot at second or at short. So that's what I'll tell you to keep an eye on. He's not in the portal, but he's from Baton Rouge, and a lot of people around here know him, know his family, and they talk. So he's not in the portal, but I think there's a chance he could be. Suffice to say, one of the things I told you before is Jay Johnson is relentless in the portal. He's a relentless recruiter. He's an awesome coach. And he ain't going to rest on the laurels of this title. This is only going to make him want another one. And I believe, is he in bed? He's in bed? Well, I don't know. It's only 10:40. Sometimes he ain't asleep already at 10:40. He come out here all the time. He sits right there and watches. Was that his first? Okay. Ryan Dixon said my next pour should be Coy Hill. Would you go get my Coy Hill, please? Okay, so if you're looking at my shelf, I believe it's the first, not the bottom, but the first shelf, middle right. It's a Jack Daniels bottle with a red label. It says Coy Hill on it.
He said yes, this is first.
Boom!
He was a virgin.
I popped his Van Winkle cherry. It's an expression, Erica. It's an expression, Erica. You heard what I said. What did you just say? That's it. Right, the second shelf. The first one looking right at you. It might be behind a blue label one. I got a 10-year special reserve as well. I got a lot of good whiskey, y'all. Y'all ever want to have good whiskey, come to my house. And everybody who comes here can drink whatever the fuck they want. I got a lot of good whiskey, y'all. I got a good collection. There's some people I know that have private collections that blow mine out of the water, but if you start looking in the world's population of personal whiskey collections, mine's pretty up there, bro. Mine's pretty up there. All right. L.A. Rougarou said, Matt, backflip into the pool if DBU wins it all. I would, man. I just can't do a backflip. That's my problem. Like, if I go in the water, I could do one of those flips in the water, but I can't backflip into the pool. Who was that just said that? Someone said Ben DePolt is everyday material. No, he's not. He can't hit. Wait, hang on. There it is. Mark Gendron. Turn the label. Turn the label. Turn the label. That's it. Yes. Thank you.
This does not say Coy Hill anywhere on here.
Good thing I told the red label.
Oh, it says on the red.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Oh, wow.
I went to school with Mark Gendron.
Oh. Did you date him?
Why are you
Did you
being
date
mean to
him?
me in front of like, yeah.
Did you date him?
No.
Oh.
I just went to school with him.
Did y'all make out in the closet? What was that? What was that game called when you go in the closet and make out with somebody?
Bottle, man.
And then you got to go in the closet and make.
7 seconds
Why is this
together.
sticky? Sticky. So this is Jack Daniel's Coy Hill Special Reserve. Jack Daniel's. Well, Jack Daniel's, the old number 7, is the best-selling whiskey in the world. And everybody drinks it, mixes it with Coke and shit. Jack Daniel's has actually done a magnificent job with their special releases. If you ever see special release on a Jack Daniel's bottle like that, buy it. And if you don't like it, I'll buy it from you, because they have done magnificent work with all their special. Their special, their 10-year reserve is magnificent. This was their 2021 special release, was Coy Hill. You can see it says it right here, Coy Hill High Proof. So you can see the proof, 141.8. So this is a hot boy. Like, ooh, I love that sound. Like, what you need, girl, I need a hot boy. What you want, girl, I want a hot boy. A 141 is a hot boy. Here's the thing, though. While it's 141, which is like liquid fire, it doesn't drink like 141. So that's what makes this one particularly magnificent, because I'm not down with just like, it's like people that like fire in the whole wings at Pluckers. I'm not trying to go and burn my bunghole for the next week. I want to enjoy my food. You know what I mean? Same thing with my whiskey. I want something that I can enjoy. Yeah, I'm okay with a little heat. So this, and when you have the higher proof, obviously, especially the closer it is to like, to barrel proof, you're going to get more of the flavor because it's not diluted, right? But if you can get something that has great flavor, that's a high proof, that doesn't burn, you own it. Hey, Zachary Abear, how did you like the Garth concert? I met you and your wife going into the stadium. Y'all were awesome to meet. Oh, I remember them. Did we take a picture with them? Did we take a picture with them like we weren't quite by the plane, but it was like in that parking lot. I remember, Zachary, I remember y'all, bro. I remember them. I remember y'all. Joseph Feltwell, Wild Turkey of the Saints win the Super Bowl. You laugh, but I got a Wild Turkey Masters Keep, which is phenomenal. Like it was last year's Masters Keep, which is really good. 2022 Masters Keep is amazing. Okay, let's see. Shane Smith, jealous of the collection. Don't be, man. Start your own, bro. Don't be jealous of anybody. Just drink what you like. Travis Simmons is Thatcher Herd a Friday or Saturday guy next year. So consider this. I think you're gonna get. I think LSU's gonna get Burns out of the portal from Tennessee. After Saturday's morning scone, a lot of y'all pointed that out to me, that Burns had gone into the portal, and those were the reports. So I made a couple calls Saturday when we got off the show, and as I always throw as the caveat, nothing's ever done till it's done, but that feels pretty close to done. And I wouldn't be surprised if Burns ends up in your rotation next year. I don't think he's coming here to be a bullpen arm. Pitchers don't want to be bullpen guys. They want to be starters, because starters make more money. So as Zach Hess was so dominant on a bullpen in 17, but wanted to be a starter. That's what the ash to fall on me again. Yeah, look, Bobby Honeycutt said, are the Chase Burns rumors true? Yeah. Again, it's never done till it's done, but yeah, they're true. And I think barring Tennessee coming in last minute and doing something to convince him to stay, I think Burns ends up at LSU. So Burns could be in your rotation. The Herd should certainly be in your rotation, absolutely. The biggest name to keep an eye on, obviously Chase Shores is coming back off of Tommy John. He's probably not going to be ready for the start of the season. Maybe he gets back late and is a bullpen guy for you, like Javen Coleman was this year. The one that I think you really got to keep an eye on is Grant Taylor. So Grant Taylor's got a really interesting decision to make. Grant Taylor, it's so funny. LSU's national championship is about an hour old, and we're already talking about next year. The life of an LSU baseball fan, right? The thirst is never quenched. The hunger never satiated. Grant Taylor was absolutely going. In the fall, Grant Taylor was neck and neck with Paul Skeens. And you're going to laugh because you see Paul Skeens now, but you forget when Paul Skeens came from Air Force, Paul Skeens wasn't what he is today. And Taylor was, and this isn't my opinion, I'm telling you this from MLB scouts who would go to watch fall ball, and as they're scouting them, said, he's every bit as good as Skeens. Taylor was. So Taylor was going to be in your rotation this year. Taylor's a draft-eligible sophomore, so he's got a decision to make. Does he get drafted and take about $750,000 to $1 million this year and go? Or does he come back to LSU, play his junior year, try to be a first-rounder, and make $2-3 million? That's his decision to make. And I don't know what he's going to do, but that's a big one to watch in this draft. The biggest. That's the biggest to watch in this draft. Like, a lot of guys are gone. Obviously, Cruz and Skeens are gone. Trey Morgan's gone. Jordan Thompson's gone. Ty Floyd's gone. I mean, there's a lot of guys that they're gone. Cooper's an interesting to watch. You got some veteran dudes who have another year of eligibility, like Travinsky, Joe Bear, Milazzo. What do they do? There's some worth watching, but of them all, Grant Taylor is the most significant to watch. All right, smash that like button if you would. 1,700 likes, still 2,200 of y'all watching. God bless. Let's see. Raymond said, Matt, scoop on Burns from up here in Knoxville. Tennessee fans say, are we getting him? So I really don't care what Tennessee fans are saying. I don't care what any fans are saying. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't mean to be disrespectful, Raymond. I don't mean to say it like that. What I mean is, I'm never going to source information from something a fan tells me, ever. So when I'm getting information, it's coming from coaches, administrators, boosters, scouts, family members of players or coaches, and I'll never single source something ever. So, hey, thanks so much. Chad Meyer said, Matt, thank you for the last week and a half of doing these. Thank you very much, Chad. I appreciate you. Thank you all for watching. But as Erica, who's sitting here spray painting decorations for Drew's birthday, will tell you, it's a lot. It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of hours. Edward O, Nuts Bus driver. Florida fans were begging for yesterday's runs to carry over. Will Addison, what's going on? My day was great. Evan Garrett's, what is next year's day one roster? I think you will have Brady Neal catching, Bear Jones at first. I think Guidry, and I am gonna throw you a wild card and say Luke Hill. Guidry and Luke Hill are your middle infielders. I don't know who's gonna play third. I'm gonna say Joe Bear goes pro. I'm gonna say Kling's in center. Pearson's at one of the corner outfield spots, and TBD on the other outfield spot. Probably a transfer. Clip it. Tell me if I'm right next year on opening day. Let's see. Oh my God. Hunter Trum said, hey Matt, want to say hi. My family's a big fan. My mom once cleaned your mom's house when you were young. She remembers you coming home from practice one time. TMI, I know, go Tigers. Interesting. Well, Hunter, tell your mom hello. I can't imagine who that would be and what house that would be. Like, so to be abundantly clear, when we lived in New Orleans, when my parents worked during the summer, we had there was a lady that took care of me, my brother and sister. We're all little kids, like 6, 7, 8 years old. I don't think my family ever really had the means to have to pay for cleaning services. But anyway, Hunter, shout out to your mom. Shoot me a note. I'd love to tell my mom that. I'd be fascinated to know who that is and if she remembers. Let's see. Strong side, love the Scone fam. Ty Wilkerson, Zach Thompson. I didn't leave out Kling. I said Kling in center. I did leave out Tommy White, however. Yes, Tommy White will be your starting third baseman next year. Edwardo said Matt is red-faced and buzzing. I am red-faced because it is 100 degrees outside, and I've been sitting out here now for an hour and 10 minutes. I am not yet buzzing, but boy, I am close. By the time I get to the bottom of this Coy Hill, along with this cigar, I will be buzzing. So Tony said Ethan Fry will be in the outfield. Maybe, but I'm going to bet that he gets beaten out by someone who's a better outfielder. Ethan Fry came here as a catcher. I'll be curious to see his development. If he loses, if he pulls a Joe Bear, leans out his body and makes his body to be a more agile, athletic outfielder, I'd be down. Michael Thacker, appreciate you doing these. If I were a Louisiana resident, I'd hit up Hudco, Brock, Pluckers, and all the other endorsements you have. I appreciate it, Michael. Thank you, man. Yeah, sorry. I completely whiffed on Tommy White. I don't know how I whiffed on Tommy White, but I fucking whiffed on Tommy White. My bad. Yes, Tommy White is your starting third baseman next year. Absolutely. My bad. Matt lived in New York with a nanny. No, I didn't, dog. Did you see Milazzo? Skeens carry Milazzo to the dog pile. I did. That was awesome. So Colin Altmaier said Braswell won't start as a shortstop. Could. I want to remind you of this. So Braswell is Michael Braswell, the South Carolina transfer, who is a good glove. His bat has been a little hot and cold. And he could absolutely be a starter next year. But I think they're going to get Luke Hill too. That's a wild card. But I think Luke Hill will enter the portal and they'll get him. And he'll be a starter at one of your middle infield spots. But I want to remind you, after this past season, you're not going to leave yourself vulnerable and not having depth on the middle infield. So, you went and got in a Polt this year, but remember, in the summer last year, they signed, kid from Vanderbilt, Carter Young from Vanderbilt and Jack Pineda from Baylor. And both ended up signing after they got drafted. So you ended up short numbers on the middle infield, which is why you went and got Ben the Polt, and ultimately Thompson won the shortstop job, and Dugas won the second base job. So there's just a lot to be said, man. A lot to be said. Dustin Abear, Colton Altmaier, Logan Elrod, what's going on? Dustin B. How about that game tonight, y'all? How about that game? I mean, 18-4. I mean, the 14-run margin there is LSU's biggest in a national championship game. Obviously, you won the first game again in 91, 6-3 against Wichita State. In 93, you beat Wichita State 8-0, so the margin was 8. 96, you won that game 9-8 on Morris's homer. In 97, you won 13-6, so you won that one by 7. In 2000, you beat Stanford by 6-5, and then in 2009 you beat Texas in Game 3 11-4, so you won that one by 7, and then this one you won by 14. So this is the largest margin of victory for LSU in a national championship game or the deciding game of a championship series. So awesome, man. Freaking awesome. By the way, Michael Roby said, time to rebuild the box. I don't think they're going to rebuild it, but renovations, yeah. Oh, I love it. After Dylan Cruz tripled, he did I'm ready for all the LSU fans who are really good at graphic designing, whatever, to do the side by side of Joe Burrow, Angel Reese, Dylan Cruz all doing the ring. I'm here for it. I want it injected into my veins. I'm ready for it. Ready for it. Zachary Corbin said the pool is calling your name. They want me to jump in the pool again, Erica.
Again?
I know.
You already did.
I know.
I don't have your shoes out there.
I know.
You see them?
Yeah, on the table. Samuel Ayers, will we bring back the Smoke Laval black jerseys? No. Yeah, Ridge Porter. Countdown to Orlando starts now. Kevin Neely. Hello. Michael Wyckoff said, is Jay the youngest LSU coach to win a natty? So this is gonna wild you out a little bit, but so in 1958, when LSU won the national championship with Paul Dietzel was like in his 30s. Hang on. So Paul Dietzel was born in 1924. So Paul Dietzel was 34 years old when they won the national championship in 1958. He was an assistant at LSU. I'm sorry, he was an assistant at Army, got the LSU job as a 30-year-old, won the natty, and then Army hired him away. And then he went from Army to South Carolina. Excuse me, but you got to remember at the time, Army was Army. Anyway, so no. Paul Dietzel was like 34 years old when he won the national championship in 1958. He may be the youngest after that. I need to check on Nick. I don't think Nick was 50. Nick was maybe like 49. Hang on. Nick's 71, so let's see. That was 20 years ago, so he would have been 51. So Nick was 51. Jay's 46. So Jay's probably Les was in his 50s when they won it in 07. Les is 69. They won it in 07, so that was 16 years ago. So Les was 56 when they won it, right? Or I'm sorry, 53 when they won it. So Les was 53. Nick was 51. Skip was in his 50s when they won it in 90. So Skip's 85. Skip was born in 38, so Skip was 53 when he won his first one. So yeah, I mean, unless if there's some weird like boxing championship or something I'm not aware of with a younger coach maybe, but Pat Henry maybe. But the youngest would have to be Pat Henry, 71. Let's see. Pat Henry won his first championship at LSU in 88. So he was born in 51. So Pat Henry was 37. So Paul Dietzel was 34. Pat Henry was 37 when he won his first. So there you go. There's your answer. Dietzel is the answer. Let's see. What did Flip Flop say? I see you banned him. I don't know what he was saying. I lost those comments. Anyway. All right. Edwardo, Scott Woodward, and Paul Maneri have yet to be mentioned. That's not true. Someone did ask about Woodward earlier. Maneri, I completely agree. Maneri, I agree. Maneri deserves a lot of credit, y'all. Maneri recruited a giant chunk of this roster. Maneri recruited Dylan Cruz. He recruited Trey Morgan. He recruited Gavin Dugas. He recruited Cade Beloso. Not only Maneri, also had Tip Nolan Kane, who was the recruiting coordinator, who did the lion's share of the legwork and the recruiting. But Maneri was the head coach, of course. Milazzo, Travinsky, Ty Floyd. Maneri deserves a ton of credit. Maneri and Nolan deserve a ton of credit. Oh my God. Holy crap. Look, I was just talking about this. SportsCenter is doing a side-by-side of Burrow, Reese, and Dylan Cruz. That's freaking awesome. So, I asked the LSU fans to do it. No need. Scotty Van Pelt took care of it. Can I just say again, for the benefit of those maybe just joining us, and thank you for being there with us. Smash that like button. If you're new, please subscribe up to the channel. How happy I am. Oh, by the way, wait, one more thing I got to talk about this game tonight. Hold on. There's one more thing I got to talk about this game. We talked about Jay Johnson pushing all the right buttons. How about leading off Cade Beloso? Do you remember, I referenced this today on AFR. Look at Jay. I referenced this today on AFR. In the 09 championship, game 3, Paul Maneri played a hunch. And Paul was, God, he was so good at this, man. Like, when you're around the game forever, like, literally played it his whole life, son of a coach, just, look at Jordy. Good for him, bro. God, good for that kid. I feel so good for that kid. Like, as good as I've ever felt for an LSU player. I mean, fuck, he fought it at the College World Series. I mean, a great player. For all the crap that LSU fans gave him for errors and this and that, Jordan Thompson was spectacular. He's a great talent, man. Remind me, if I start rambling and I forget this, I want you to remind me to circle back, because I'm going to tell you a conversation that I had yesterday with a major league scout about Jordan Thompson. Remind me, I'm going to come back to it. But in 2009, that 09 finale against Texas, Paul Maneri inserted Sean Ochinko into the lineup for game 3 at first base. On a hunch. Had a hunch, gut feel, whatever. Inserted Sean Ochinko into the lineup, game 3, deciding game, championship series, one game, winner take all, this is your season. Sean Ochinko started at first base, batted 4th. Sean Ochinko went 4 for 5 with 3 RBI and 2 runs scored. Paul had a hunch, played it. I think Jay tonight had more than a hunch about Beloso. I think he knew Beloso's OPS was higher against lefties than against righties, and they were starting Caglione. He said, let me get Beloso an extra AB against Caglione if he ends up going. And I'll be damned, Beloso, 2 for 5, hit by pitch twice, scored a run, 2 RBI. I mean, dude was on base 4 times tonight. I mean, awesome. Awesome. You know, sometimes you got to push the right buttons, and Jay did it tonight and did it all throughout this College World Series. So that was awesome to see. Okay. Ridge Porter said, how many likes to get Erica in the pool?
Oh, Lord.
How many likes, Erica? We're at 1,862 likes.
50 pounds. So, no.
Erica.
I'm not doing that. say now I'm the most insecure human being alive?
She is. Despite being a beautiful woman and a great mom and a great wife, she's the most insecure person I know.
Aw. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm very insecure. So I don't ever go on camera. I don't want to hear people. You can take people saying these things about you. I can't.
Jared Foster, different Jared Foster. Pro tip, right on the back of that cigar label you were doing in the date. Jared, nah, fam. No. I'm gonna explain why. Because you wanna know why, Jared? When I was younger, I used to keep a lot of mementos. Like I have dirt from and grass from Rosenblatt from the 2000 National Championship. I have a big chunk of the Eye of the Tiger from the 0-1 win against Auburn whenever we won the SEC West for the first time. Had a lot of that stuff. Oh shit, Milazzo broke his shin. You know what? At least that's what someone said there.
People have been saying that online.
Oh, did he? Well, is that confirmed?
His dad said it.
Okay. Fuck. Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad it's a broken bone instead of him tearing up his knee. The broken bone will heal in 4 to 6 weeks. Like, if he tore up his knee, that's a long, especially for a catcher getting into the squat, that's such a long rehab, man. I mean, that's what cost him all the last year. And that dude worked so hard last offseason to get right, man. Anyway. Okay. Y'all are reminding me of the Jordan Thompson. Thank you. Jordan Thompson story. So, had a conversation yesterday with a buddy who has worked all over MLB. And at one point was a scout for the Mets. You're going to love this story. So, and what you may not know is that MLB teams have area scouts. So like an MLB team will have like a scout for the Southeast. So every team will have like a scout in the Southeast and the Northeast and the Midwest and the whatever, right? You know what I mean? So like this is your territory. And these scouts, where they live in their car and they drive to ball fields all the time. They go to the elite camps and everything, but they go to high school games and college games. They're like always on the road going to games. You don't set your feet very often. When the games are being played, you are on the go. And so this guy tells me he was scouting for the Mets, and he goes to Stetson University. And Stetson has an infielder. And he tells the coach of Stetson at the time, I don't know the coach's name, he says, that kid, the infielder, is a special arm talent. I want to see him pitch. Like, he's going to be a pitcher. With that arm talent, he's going to be a pitcher. And so he tells the coach, like, can I see him pitch in a game? Like, will you just, like, work with him and then put him in a game so I can see him pitch in a game? I want to see him on the mound in a game and pitch. So coach said, yeah, we'll do whatever, blah, blah, blah. So scout goes to Stetson University for a weekend series. Kid doesn't pitch the first game, doesn't pitch second. He's like, man, you gonna let him pitch or not? Finally, the third game, they put this kid in to pitch. Watches one inning and goes, he's a pitcher. The scout, he's a pitcher. The pitcher, the infielder, by the way, the infielder who this scout wanted to see pitch was a guy by the name of Jacob deGrom. There you go. Brant DeLong got it. So a buddy of mine is the scout who is the one who made Jacob, who was like, I want to see Jacob deGrom pitch, and drafted him for the Mets as a pitcher. Now, so you can say, Brant, but Thompson is deGrom. That's fine. What this scout told me is, as an arm talent, Thompson, now hold on, I'm going to come back to your point, because I agree with you, and so does he, but I'm going to make this point in a second. MLB drafts on ability, tools, talent, and they say, let me get you into the farm system and see if I can develop you. That's the point of the MLB. You're not looking at, it's not like NBA where in the top 10 picks you want someone that's going to come in and transform your franchise. You're not looking for Webby. It's not drafting Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow. So what he said is that guy, Thompson, is a special arm talent like DeGrom was. Now, here's the difference. What was his name? Brant, to your point. This scout told me that he does not believe Jordan Thompson would ever be a starting pitcher and doesn't know if he would even ever want to give up playing the field because most guys don't want to pitch. They want to be a shortstop. But said that kid on a mound with that arm talent could be a big league reliever, was the point. So, anyway. Hey, Connor Johnson. Kick rocks, loser. I don't need an Oregon State fan. Like, Oregon State ain't never won shit in shit. Kick rocks, loser. Get out of here. Nobody wants to talk to you. I mean, you're in a tiny shit town in Oregon. Get the fuck away. Like, your football program sucks. I don't think you have a basketball program. Like, go away. There was a minute you were okay in baseball. You're not anymore. Go the fuck away. Anyway. So. Thanks for Omar Spades. I love it. All right. Cade, Lockwood, Dylan Cruz on base every game this year. Yeah, man. Let's see. How about this? Heather Ferney said, I've been stationed in Massachusetts for 2 years, about to get stationed in Texas. Love Matt and all of y'all. Whiskey and wine is the best. Thanks for making me laugh. Look forward to coming home. Heather, thank you for your service. That's awesome. God bless you. God bless America. Stay safe out there and look forward to having you back home. Brent Bergeron, shot total at Rocco's. I don't know. Well, if you go look at my Twitter, I knew last night that Gordon had bought 8,888 shots. And so I knew that's why they held it off and they were going to announce it today. Let's see what the update is at Rocco's. Y'all know they are going to burn Omaha to the ground tonight. Not in a literal sense, by the way. Not in a literal sense. But you know my point. Like, Omaha ain't ready for what's about to hit them, bro. Let's see. Oh, look at this. CWS Jealous. Rocco's tweeted, big thanks to Get Gordon for hooking up the staff with Raising Cane's, the fuel we need to keep the drinks flowing for the post-game festivities. Oh, brother. There are going to be post-game festivities. So 5 hours ago, the Jello Shot update was 64,808. My guess is that the LSU fans will do quite a number on that tonight. Yeah.
Those are my kind of shots.
Jello Shot? You like Jello Shots?
Yeah.
E-Rock, I got to do 5 hours of radio tomorrow.
Yeah.
Freaking Hunt Palmer. Whew. Freaking Hunt Palmer. I'm happy for him. Hunt went to Omaha with his dad. They got to go. That is awesome. They got up early Saturday, flew up there, went to go see it, and we take it for granted, man. We've seen LSU go to Omaha 19 times. If I have that right. They've won it now 7 times, and we take it for granted. But you never know when they're going to be back, so you take advantage of those opportunities. I got to go and watch them win a championship with my dad in 2000, which was awesome. It's a memory I'll have and love and cherish forever. And it was me and my dad, my brother, my best friend Ben, who passed 14 years ago, 2009, July 29, 2009. But that's why I'll always love and cherish that memory, man. Dustin Abear asked E-Rock, what's your favorite shot?
Jelly shots. Or lemon shots.
Will Addison, huge fan, Matt. Watch you every day, even in Jersey. I'm stationed. Go Tigers. Thank you, Will Addison, and thank you for your service, man. God bless you, dude. Randall, has anybody checked on Hunt? I'm sure he's doing great. Hey, man, Jared Foster said, I switched from Johnny Blue to black. It hits different, but it's still good. Yeah, man, if you're a few in, you need to switch from the blue to the black. And he said a Davidoff cigar to top it off. So Had a buddy recommend Churchill by David Off, and bought a box of those when we were at the beach earlier this month, and they were phenomenal. Did not disappoint. Trent Gero, thanks for the late night. A Razorback transplant that's been converted over the past 4 years to the Tigers. Oh, wow. God bless. Cheers. Merrick Mathern asks E-Rock, favorite LSU baseball player? Oh, you're going to say Trey Morgan.
I love him.
I know you do.
I love Dylan Cruz.
You love Dylan Cruz?
I love Tommy Tanks.
Tommy.
Dylan Cruz is a lot of special needs kids.
Dylan Cruz does do a lot. So does Paul Skeens.
Oh, I love that.
But Dylan and Gavin Dugas and Trey Morgan all went to Miracle League this year.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
So does Skeens did too.
Skeens went to Miracle League? Okay, that's it. Brandon Petrie, good night. Let's see.
Can you give me a chair?
All right, rock. Shout out to the real ones who are still hanging on. 1,839 of y'all. I told y'all I'm hanging until this is done. So, Kevin Neely, Jello shots, hello. I don't know, we rock. Probably another 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Neely, hello. Baton Rouge, hello. Freaking awesome, man. What a season. What a team. It would have been so, you know what, man? You come to appreciate these even more. I don't mean to be all like waxing poetic and shit in this late hour, but man, you come to appreciate these even more because it's like you realize so many people never get to see this, and we've gotten to watch 7 of them in baseball, and you know, my lifetime, 03, 07, 2019 in football. Women's basketball team just won one. You know, you just got to see a Saints Super Bowl. I mean, not every fan base gets to do this. We get to do it so often, man, you know. Anyway. And then you realize there's so many great teams that come close and don't get there. I mean, think about the women's basketball team that went to 5 straight Final Fours with Simone and Sylvia. Literally two of the greatest women's basketball players in the history of the game. And they couldn't get over the hump. You know, the 2011 football team that had the greatest season any of us had ever seen. And they ran out of gas at the end because they had to play Bama twice. Like, not everybody gets to do it, man. It's so... You know, man, it's awesome. Joshua Leperouse said Herring next year. I think Herring's a great left-handed bullpen arm. He's got a chance to be a starter. You want a lefty in your rotation, he can fight for it. He'll have a chance. He will be an impact guy for sure. Chad LeBlanc said, Matt, hit the Tommy. What are we waiting for? How about Skip Bertman hitting the Tommy? That's so good. Eric Bruce, what times will be on tomorrow? I'm going to be on... So I'm doing Hunt show. Hunt's on 1 to 3, and then I'm on 3 to 6. I'm going to do 5 hours. I'm going to do 1 to 6 tomorrow. It's a long time. I got a lot to prep for tomorrow. I mean, it's a one-topic day when I got to do one topic for 5 hours, but it's going to be a lot of fun to do. Jared Termine, any insight on the pitching coach? Yeah, man, I think it's going to be Nate Yeske, but what I'll tell you, and Nate Yeske was with Jay at Arizona, who is currently the A&M pitching coach. I've also been told that Jay will consider a professional coach, a big leagues coach again. But what the other thing I was told was Jay is going to absolutely focus his efforts on portal before pitching coach. So with the portal open right now, you better believe, especially spending the last 2 weeks in Omaha, he probably feels like he's behind a little bit. So you better believe he's gonna. I don't think it's imminent. I don't think he's urgent. I think the more urgency is with the portal. Logan Elrod, take a shot. Man, I don't do shots, bro. No, I don't shoot. You don't shoot good whiskey. I drank a bottle of Van Winkle Lot B from the bottle. That's about as close to, to a shot as I get. James Halley, Halle. Matt, you do a tremendous job. I met you in 2019 in Atlanta at the championship game. You expanded to Alexandria at the time. You're a tremendous ambassador for LSU. Thank you, James. Very kind of you. I love LSU, man. It's my alma mater. One of my proudest accomplishments was going to LSU, graduating from LSU, and being an LSU alum. I love it. I love LSU athletics, but I love Louisiana State University. LSU did a tremendous amount for me. I feel like I've tried my best to give back as much as I can to the university. Away my time, money where I can, although I'm not Richard Lipsy or anything like that, but I do what I can. Ridge Porter, Brian Cole, Scott Pittman, Jared Foster, 2 shouts out tonight. I'm on fire. You're on. Just hang out, bro. Hang out and you'll get them. Thank you, Ridge. Crypto Cowboy, appreciate the content. Thank you, bro. Y'all get ready for football season, honestly. So we're all set for SEC football media days. Me, Hester, T-Bob will all be there. Monday, July 17th? Yeah. Monday, July 17th. So 17th through the 20th, we'll be in Nashville. But tomorrow we begin planning for Orlando. So excited about that, man. For sure. Oh, for sure we're doing shows in Orlando. Tommy Gunn 274P, what's your favorite LSU basketball championship team? Well, the men never won a championship, so I'd have to say this year's women's team. It's the only one that's won one. LSU did win a 1935 national championship, but I don't know what that means. Lynn Landry said, Matt, why didn't y'all do a whiskey and wine with T-Bob? So we did whiskey and wine on Saturday. We discussed the possibility of doing it today. We never really got a confirmation on it until literally like 2:30, and they were going to say go for it. But you got to keep in mind, for it to make sense for Don Juan, we got to draw a crowd there. Yes, the stream crowd is big because it's great promotion, but they also need an in-person crowd to make it make sense financially, so we bring a big enough book of business with us. So like during the football season, everybody knows Saturday we're there, right? And if we have a week to promote something, we draw, like the super regional game against Kentucky was massive. But, if we confirm something today at 2:30 in the afternoon, 3.5 hours before first pitch, it's probably just not enough time to promote it. So we decided not to do it today. But we'll do something at Don Juan. I think we'll probably wait maybe in a couple weekends or something. Me and T-Bob will just go over there. And we'll do like we did with the football championship in 19, where we'll just do a party there, tell everybody when we're going to be there. We'll fire up a live stream and just do like a championship celebration. Let's see. Jeez. Man, y'all got a lot of comments. Holy moly. Walker Thibodeau, my dad watches you every day. Can you say hi to Wyatt Thibodeau? What's up, Wyatt Thibodeau? Thank you for watching every day, man. Sincere appreciation. That's awesome. Always appreciate people who take time out of their day to watch or to listen when they can. So thank you so much to Wyatt Thibodeau for watching every day on AFR, man. You're a real one. To Wyatt Thibodeau. To Wyatt Thibodeau. Erica, can we get it to Wyatt Thibodeau?
Wyatt.
Thank you. Matt, you notice Joe Bear stand and watch his bomb when he hit it? Yes, I did. How could you not? It was magnificent and majestic. I don't blame him for admiring it. I have no problem with pimping home runs, bat flips, or any of the like. Celebrate when you do something good. I have no problem with that at all. I'm not the fun police. Brett Guidry, me and Cade Beloso are coming to hang with you and T-Bob at Whiskey and Wine this football season. Come on, Brett. Let's go. CV, the OG AFR producer. Derek Hamilton, congrats from a Sooner fan. Can't stand Florida. Okay. Richard Horner, UNO alum. LSU's my sports team since I was 5. Hey, Richard Horner. Deacon Jody Moscona, a.k.a. Matt's dad. UNO alum. Shout out. Shout out to Uno. Robert Buckman. We got 1,700 viewers. Who wants to hear the T-Bob and y'all call? What does that mean? Go Packers. Matt, over under 2.5 more championships for Jay. I'll go over. He's 46 years old. He's not leaving. He's a maniacal recruiter. Jay Johnson is what Nick would have been here if he never left. The difference is Jay has nowhere to go. He's not going to the pros, and there's literally no job for which he would leave. So when you recruit the way he does, when you've already won a championship now, there's literally nothing outside of his arsenal to recruit. So I kind of wish Cruz's triple would have been his last AB, but he got another AB in single. But what a dude. What a dude. That's cool. Ryan Dunn said Tommy Tanks is partnered with Empower 225, a Baton Rouge nonprofit. Supports the NBR community. What's NBR?
North Baton Rouge.
Very cool. Is that what the NBR would be, North Baton Rouge? That's very cool. Cade said get T-Bob. I can't get T-Bob on the phone because I'm streaming on my phone. Jerry, will we be driving with T-Bob to media days? No, we are flying because it's in Nashville this year. And if I was driving, I would not be driving with him. I'd be driving myself. Will there be a Jello shot banner at Alec Box? Probably not. But we all know. Hal, best LSU men's basketball team not to win a championship. Oh, that's easy. That was, well, a lot of old timers would say 81. But man, that 81 Final Four was pretty stacked. I think, how do you not say the 89-90 team? Shaq, Stanley, Chris Jackson, that's got to be the answer, right? Randall Offright asked Matt, hardest sport to win a championship in? Football. Because there's literally only a dozen teams that actually have a chance to win it. Cortland said first coach to win the CWS within his first 2 seasons. Is that true? You mean at his current school? How long was Lamonis at Mississippi State before he won it? Let's see. He's been at State since 19. No, Lamonis was that year 3? No, that was, well, Lamonis. So there was no championship in 20, and then they won it in 21. So really, asterisk, but Chris Lamonis at Mississippi State. It was his 3rd year at State, but there was no championship in 2020. Wallace, can you let us know where you'll be in Orlando? Of course. We'll let you know exactly where we're broadcasting. Absolutely. We'd love for people to come out. Ricky Nelson, awesome to watch Milazzo walk around the stadium on crutches. Hell yeah. LSU lost 2 series and people forgot how good they were. I didn't, bruh. I didn't. Coleslaw said, show your dog. Well, it's not my dog, but hey, Hirsch, come see. We're dog sitting. Come see Hirsch. Can't see Hershey. Hershey. Oh, look at that. Look at that girl. Look at this girl, Mama. This is Hershey, a.k.a. Hershelton Anderman. Hershelton is the nickname I gave her because I was a fan of the show Scrubs, and there was Dr. Turk, and if you remember, who's the old doctor? He called him Dr. Turkleton. So I've affectionately nicknamed her Hershelton. But this is Hershey Anderman. This is Larry's daughter, Lauren, aka Larry Anderman, Erica's sister, Lauren. If you were here for vacation morning scone, you all got to meet Larry, Lauren, aka Larry, the son that Barry, aka Papa Rock, never had. This is their dog. So Eli, my nephew, who many of you met, Eli is at one of the bajillion Youth Baseball World Series events in South Carolina. So we didn't go, and so we're watching their dog, and Hershey. And Drew is obsessed with Hershelton here. Drew just chases Hershey around all the time. And Drew just wants Hershey to jump on him. Most kids want dogs to not bark and to be still and not jump on people. Drew wants dogs to bark and jump on him. He thinks that's hilarious. So Hershey keeps jumping, and he puts his hands up like this, and she jumps and like swats at him, which he thinks is hilarious. And so now he has bruises all over his hands because of Hershey jumping on him, which is not her fault at all. He's instigating it, and he loves it. But if you see Drew, you will notice bruises all over his arms because he keeps trying to get Hershey to jump on him, which she does. Right, Hershelton? Also, fun fact, when the Andermans got Hershey, Hershey was a Christmas gift to their children. And it was a surprise that they were giving their children Hershey for Christmas. And so Hershey stayed with us for a few days as a little bitty puppy, a few days before Christmas. And I was sitting in the kitchen, similar to this. Hershey was on my lap, and I think I took my hands off of her. She was just on my lap. Oh, she is, look at this, she is out. To like play on my computer or something, and she jumped down, and before I could grab her, she fell right on her head. I mean, she was 7 weeks old, 8 weeks old, fell right on her head. No worse for the wear, though. Right, Hershelton? Hershelton. All right, we might be just about done. Hey, man, why are y'all being, like, somebody's calling somebody a clown here, or something like that? What are we doing here? LSU won a natty. I'm out here drinking Pappies. I got a Cohiba. We don't need to be, we don't need to be out here fighting. Oh, you know what? I don't need to be smoking this with Hershey on my lap. Her fur is going to smell like a cigar.
Oh, God.
I'm going to put her down. Put Hershelton down. Huh? Can you give her a Febreze? Can you Febreze a dog? Can you Febreze a dog? Is that a thing? All right, let's see. Bryce Alfred, happy for Jordan Thompson tonight. Had a good game. Had an awesome game. I'm fired up for him, man. I love hearing everybody chant his name, cheer for him whenever he came up to the plate the first at bat. And Jordan Thompson broke through for LSU, y'all. I mean, that was, in that top of the second, that sixth inning top of the second, when you're down 2-0, and Dugas walked and Joe Bear singled, and she got first and third, nobody out, and Thompson up. That was a point in the game where you needed him to come through, and he did. Single to left field, Dugas scored, and it was awesome to see. So good for him. Phenomenal. Tony said throw the dog in the pool.
No. Look at her sitting over there.
Yeah. Hey, Harris. Kelso, that was it. Dr. Kelso, the old one. That's it, Dr. Kelso. Hirsch is the only good-looking girl with a stash. Palermo, Trapani, box needs an upgrade, not a total redo. Put in real bullpens, better seating in the outfield. Palermo, here's the problem with the bullpens. and we talked about this forever, if there was an easy fix, they would have done it a long time ago. But a lot of people don't know this. When they designed the box, they just kind of fucked up, and they totally forgot about the bullpens when they designed it. So they didn't design a spot for the bullpen when they designed the park, and so that's why they added them late on the field. There isn't a spot to put them. You could remove bleachers, but you're not going to remove seating from the box, because if you remove seating, then that's revenue. So it's a conundrum. You could certainly maybe elevate the bleachers in right field and in left field and put the bullpens under them, maybe, perhaps. But there's no real easy fix there. If there was, it would be done. Dustin Abear, get a dog, you won't regret it. Dustin, we're not getting a dog. I've owned dogs. I've talked about this many times before. I've owned dogs, we're not getting another dog. Circassian Carter. Trivia has changed his name to Circassian Carter. Conspiracy theory, LSU lost those 2 series, so they won't be number 1 and have to worry about the curse. Yeah, that's not true, but it is odd that another number 1 national seed didn't win the championship. Brandon Mall said, dude, once the kids want a dog, you're going to get a dog. Erica, are we getting a dog? We're not getting a dog. Like, I don't think y'all understand the component of our house, the dynamic of our household. Clearly you don't.
They see the fun side of it.
Macalomo, what's going on?
Hirsch, where you going? Hirsch.
Hirsch.
Don't eat that bug. Hirsch, come here. Hirsch, get away from there.
Man,
No.
God, y'all just keep them coming, man. Y'all keep the comments coming.
Lay down. Go lay down.
Robert, you told a story in Beat Wake Forest, someone giving you a bottle of whiskey you were supposed to open. Yeah, man, that was Beloso. So that's going to happen on AFR.
Hirsch. Go on the couch. Go on the couch.
So the story is,
Pete, get here.
about 3 years ago,
Go here.
Cade Beloso's dad, Rodney, a.k.a. Hot Rod, who many of y'all saw on TV a lot during this College World Series. Hot Rod has a line of Cajun seasoning and cooking products called Hot Rods Creole. And Hot Rod listened to the show and then wanted to do some advertising. And so I think for a brief while, maybe he sponsored Tigers in the Pros or something like that. And anyway, we met, and that's when we met and had a great time and got to know each other a little bit. And he knew I was a whiskey guy, and so he was very generous and gave me a bottle of Blanton's Gold. So there's Blanton's single barrel, and then obviously there's the red label, which is the Japanese whiskey. There's Blanton's Gold. There's Blanton's straight from the barrel. Anyway, the reason that the Blanton's Gold he gave me was significant is that every bottle of Blanton's has a dump date on it. So it's when it was dumped from the barrel into the vats and then bottled. And the dump date on that Blanton's Gold, which the Blanton's Gold is already rare enough, but the dump date was 1999. That bottle is older than Cade Beloso, for perspective. Cade Beloso was born in 2000. It's the year I graduated high school. So that bottle is 24 years old. It's older than Cade. Hot Rod gave it to me. And I was like, Hot Rod, I feel bad taking this, bro. Like, this is a really rare bottle of whiskey, and you could sell this secondary for thousands of dollars, and it's, And he's like, he just didn't care. It was just, you'd appreciate it. Take it. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? So we made a deal, he and I, that when the Tigers won the national championship in baseball, he and I would crack open that bottle. And it has sat on my whiskey shelf for 3 years. And, Cade had a decision to make too. If he was going to come back or not, or if this was going to be it for him or whatever. But, here we go. They win the championship, and so now we get to crack that. That's a deal he and I made 3 years ago. So I could do that and crack that with them when they get back, but I want to do it on air. I want to get Cade and Hot Rod in studio. We'll crack that bottle on air, and we'll just drink it and spend an hour talking. We'll talk, we'll tell stories, let Cade tell baseball stories and Hot Rod and all that sort of stuff, and we'll sip the whiskey and it'll be a good time. Let's see. Joel Sanchez. Milazzo broken shin. I'm gonna tell y'all though, I'm actually glad it's a broken shin. I'm glad it's a broken bone and not a ligament, a tendon. Like, he tore up his knee last year, which is why he missed the season. Matt, pressure on Kelly now. Kim, second season. Johnson, second season. Kelly, he's got a shot, bro. Cole Greishaber. Matt, why wouldn't Jay take an MLB job? He has said point blank, Cole, I had this conversation with Jay Johnson. I've had this conversation with Jay now twice. And he has told me point blank, I have the best job in baseball. I wouldn't leave for the New York Yankees, is what he told me. Like, quote, I wouldn't leave for the New York Yankees. He don't want to be a pro coach. Like Skip. Some guys just don't want to be a pro coach. And if you don't want to be a pro coach and you want to be a college coach, where are you going to go if you leave LSU? He's 46. He's making $2 million a year in Baton Rouge. He's got the best college job in the country. He just won a national championship. He'll have whatever resources he ever needs. Like, where's he going to go?
Is he married?
Uh-huh. Married. Huh?
Is his wife?
I've never met his wife. Well, let me take that back. I met his wife briefly at Ruth's Chris one night. They were at dinner with another family, with another couple. And when I went with Mailer and Ches, and they were at a table next to us. So I just pleasantly, we weren't trying to like interrupt anybody's dinner. They weren't trying to interrupt ours. But they're showing Brian Kelly now. Look, it's like, oh, pressure's on. They're doing the pressures on Brian Kelly now too. Anyway. How about this? There's Livy Dunn, baseball. Like, ESPN SportsCenter right now is doing a big old feature on LSU. Brian Kelly, Kim Mulkey, Livy Dunn, Angel Reese. Anyway. All right. Red O'Keefe, Asky Rock, when's the pool party?
Right now.
We having a pool party? Smoke Zamog said, who do you think will have the biggest leap this year to next? Paxton Kling. Paxton Kling next year will be a day one starter. He'll hit over 300, and he'll be a draft-eligible sophomore, and I think he will get drafted and will sign next year. That's easy. Number of College World Series championships by 2030, over under 2.5. I'll go, what, are you including this one? So, Brett Mathern, are you including this one? Because I think in the next 7 years, it's plausible you get 2 more. 3 more would be tough. That's Skip-esque. I would go under 2.5 more from this one. ATX, wrestling belt guy is a clown. I agree, actually. Randall Offrecht did Matt finish the bottle. Yes, I did. Randall, you have to scroll back if you missed it. I did an ode. I did a farewell to the bottle. Erica thought it was ridiculous, but I did an ode to the bottle when I said farewell. Kevin Keys, Matt, is this the best LSU baseball team ever? I think we will look back in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years and say to this point, yes. There may be another one that comes subsequently to this one that surpasses this one, but we're going to see Cruz and Skeens go 1-2, which has never happened before. We're going to see, we saw Dylan Cruz win the Golden Spikes, which LSU's only had one other Golden Spikes award winner. I think this team will have the most big leaguers of any to this point. So there may be another one to come, but anyway, Bryce Allred, CW Lynn Landry, next LSU sport to win a championship. I think women's basketball. I know y'all all want me to say football, and they certainly have a shot. But I think women's basketball has an amazing chance to repeat. And I think Jay Clark. If you're saying who's going to next to win there first, I think Jay Clark in gymnastics is primed. I mean, next year with Haley, what's help me, huh? Erica Gymnastics was in the Final Four this year. You just have to go like they get there every year. They just have their best meet of the year at that meet. What's her? Why am I blanking? Haley Bryant. Thank you, Jesus. Late night. Haley Bryant, Aaliyah Finnegan, and their hammer on the transfer portal. They just got this week got a gymnast from Utah. They're going to do it. Gymnastics. They're going to do it. They'll get there. How about Wes Johnson? Biggest need going into the portal for next year, starting pitching. I mean, you're losing Skeens, Floyd, and you didn't really have a number 3 established this year, so you're replacing your entire rotation. Don't know if Grant Taylor's coming back or if he'll sign. You got the kid from Xavier, the lefty from Xavier, who could be an arm for you. Don't know if Chase Shores is going to be healthy at the start of the season. So, starting pitching. BS said, why not let Skeens get the last out? I'm genuinely surprised. That's my biggest surprise. I thought for certain Skeens would pitch the 9th. I mean, like, I literally tweeted to someone who asked about Skeens. I was like literally 100% he's coming in the 9th. I mean, to have him go through his whole warm-up process, for 2 hours to get ready, and then to throw in the bullpen, I am stunned he didn't get the last 3 outs. I thought for certain they were going to have him on the mound because if you get the last out, then you are immortalized. You are in every photo of the final out. You're on the radio call for the final out. You're in the video of the final. Like, I thought Skeens would be on the mound for the final out. I did. We've won more national championships in the last 3 hours than Texas A&M has in its history. That's not true, but yes. But okay. Is Scott Woodward greatest AD in LSU history? Yes. Well, I feel like I missed a bunch. I didn't see the whole comment. Gulf South said something about mental errors. Hang on, I gotta go find it again. Hang on. I gotta find it. Oh man, I'm so far behind on comments. Golly. Oh my God. Mark Clements, what's up, dude? I'm so far behind on comments. I can't even find this one, Gulf South. Night games seem to help. Here it is. What about all those mental errors made by Thompson, by those who said to bench Thompson, LOL? Jason Tarver, any shot Floyd comes back, literally zero. I mean, literally zero. You know what it sucks to be? A Florida Gator. Matt, where's T-Bob? T-Bob went over to Don Juan tonight to watch the game with some folks. We did not do a show there. Juan said, Matt, I knocked back a few colons with Hunt in the team hotel. Awesome, love it. And just for the record, y'all, I did try to do a Zoom. The Zoom is what allows me to bring other people on the stream like we used to do on the companion show. And I was sitting out here with the Zoom set up, and I hit go live. And when I hit go live, it said you don't have permission to do this. So it's been a while since I've done that. So there's a setting I have wrong. So that's totally on me. I even sent like Hunt, Coogan, Demui, all of them, Cartwright, T-Bob, everybody. I sent everybody the link to come on, and I totally screwed it up. American Patriot, chances of finding another arm as great as Skeens. Well, the last time you had one was 34 years ago with Ben McDonald. So you're literally talking about the guy who would have to be the best arm in LSU history. So not good. Bregman and Nola next closest to Skeens and Cruz. Yes. All right, babe. All right, y'all.
Will you make her go potty in the grass? She's in something. Like, take her back out to the grass.
God, it's midnight. I gotta do so much radio tomorrow. You going to work tomorrow?
Yes.
What time?
7:30.
I'm not setting an alarm. Would you grab them? Oh, never mind.
No.
You can go camera. Hang on, I'll get them.
Can you bring all this in, like your shoes, your clothes? What do you put in?
them.
Huh?
I want to forget them. These were not going in the pool. My purple and gold Jordans were not going in the pool. All right, y'all. We might be fitting to wrap this thing up. This is a 2-hour live stream. We got 1,300 of y'all watching, man. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Love y'all. Drew Price, what are you smoking on? Cohiba Blue. Freshman that didn't play this year, make an impact next year. Yeah, man. I would tell you two. I would say Jaden Newt and Aiden Moffitt. Newt was injured. Moffitt's a kid from Mississippi. I told y'all this before. Both of his parents are educators. Like, his mom's a principal. So he was a guy that absolutely was a draft risk. But his parents were like, no, you're going to college, because they're educators. So he throws, upper 90s. And I think he's a guy that you're going to see the arm talent next year. So Richard Horner, I love you too. Drew Price, Lynn Roberts. Said glad Skeens was not in there when we won it. I mean, the issue is no longer in doubt at 18-4. It would have been nice to see him there on the bump. As much as we talked about Skeens pitching tonight and Woody or wouldn't he, and cold case Matt, come get T-Bob. Get him an Uber. Yeah, Alan Donaldson, hope we have 2 Pearsons on the team tomorrow. So, Drew Pearson's younger brother is the best of the 3 Pearsons. And by all accounts, it's not even really close. And Josh Pearson's a great player. Who's the pitching coach next year? I told you my money would be on Nate Yeske. Malcolm Fondo, glad to see you defending Thompson last night. Haters eating their words tonight. Here's the thing, man. Thank you, but I'll tell you this. To be really clear, someone asked about Trey Morgan, 100% signing. Like, there's Caleb Entertainment, like, no shot. Morgan's back, like 100% gone. And you got to keep in mind, y'all. Like, you got to remember. Kramer told me this story on air. So this is on the record. Kramer, when he was drafted in 2016, didn't sign. Obviously came back for his senior year. And he was drafted in round, Kramer was drafted in round... Kramer was drafted by Cleveland in round 32 of the 2016 draft. Didn't sign. Ends up getting drafted by the Cardinals in round 4 after his senior year. So remember, junior year drafted in round 32, senior year drafted in round 4. Kramer told me on the record, like he said this on the show, on AFR, that he got less money in 2017 going in round 4 than he was offered in 2013 going in round 32. When you stay for your senior year, you have no leverage. You just have to take what they offer you when they draft you. That's it. So, anyway. Right. And someone said Thompson, Go Tiger said Thompson definitely coming back. 100% not coming back. For whatever it's worth, you could look at any draft site you want or whatever, but I just told you the Kramer story. So good. They got a picture of Joe, Alexis Morris, and Dylan Cruz all with cigars. I love it. What a time to be an LSU fan, bro. Unbelievable. So, Kylie McDaniel put out his mock draft today. He's got Skeens 1, Cruz 2. In his top 160 prospects rankings, which came out in May, so last month, Kylie McDaniel, ESPN MLB draft guy, has Jordan Thompson, the number 73 overall prospect in the draft. Y'all have heard me say it before, that he's a top 100 prospect. I don't know where he'll get drafted, but Kylie McDaniel of ESPN has him as the 73rd overall prospect in the draft. So that doesn't mean that's where he'll go, but he will most definitely be. Keep in mind, when the draft rolls around, slot values for the draft are assigned in the top 10 rounds. So if a player is taken in the top 10 rounds, that player has agreed to his signing bonus with the team that picks him. Because the way the MLB draft works is, and it's like a minute between picks, it goes quickly. So they're on the phone, they're like, hey, we're going to take you here, will you take X? If it's yes, they pick him. If it's no, they're on to the next. So like, if somebody hears their name called in the first 10 rounds, they have already agreed to their draft compensation. So where does Jordan get drafted? I don't know. But it'll be in the top 10 rounds and he'll sign. All right. I think we're done. It's been 2 hours. We've celebrated. I'm low on this thing. We cashed out the Van Winkle Lot B. We had a pour of Coy Hill. We've made it to Tuesday. By the way, today was an awesome day for 2 reasons. Well, many reasons. Number one, we're alive and, we have our health and we live in the greatest country in the world, and that's all a reason to be super grateful. But a little more specifically, LSU won the Baseball National Championship. And today, AFR went live on ESPN 103.7 in Lafayette and ESPN 104.1 in Lake Charles. So, if you got friends anywhere on the I-10 corridor, Lafayette, Lake Charles, let them know. Set a button in their car. Look at Dylan going against the wall in the third. I'm watching the highlights on ESPN. The Bayou Bambino. That's the single that scored Milazzo when he fractured his shin. How about Josh Jordan waving Milazzo on that play? Oh, goddamn. Waving Milazzo on that play, but didn't send Tommy White in the second. Look at Skeens. What a boss. Backpack, ice chest, walking to the bullpen. You knew, like, in his uni, you know that was spikes. At that point, Florida's like, fuck, it's over. Because at that point in the fifth, you're like, you're up 8, and it's 10-2. Even if Florida has an uprising, they score, get some guys on or something like that, they're just going to bring in Skeens and shut you the fuck up. Like, it was over. I mean, it was so over. When LSU put up the 4 spot in the 4th, the game was over. That was what did it. The second, obviously, mathematically, in the second inning, putting up a 6 spot was enough. But whenever LSU had a 4-run, 2-out rally, like 2 quick outs, and then here comes 4 runs. Incredible. How about, here's Joe Bear's homer in the 9th. Yak. Jesus Christ, what a bomb. What a bomb. Get the piss out of that. Freaking piss missile. It was awesome. Guidry with a strikeout to end it. How awesome. Skeens carried Milazzo. That'll be an indelible image forever. Skeens carried Milazzo. That's why Skeens was the last one on the pile. I love it. So good, man. Awesome. I love it. Jesus, oh, it's so good. Anyway. So they did just flash that thing. First coach to win a national championship in first 2 years of the school. So the asterisk is Lamonis, because Lamonis won it. It was the second College World Series because there was no College World Series in COVID. It was his 3rd season at the school, though. Look at Jordy. I feel so good for that kid, man. He was 1 for 31, man. Or 1 for 30. You said 1 for 30. 1 for 30. Good for him. Looking at O'Sullivan now. Anyway, all right. Anything else, y'all? Or are we going to call this a night? What we got? Oscar Scruggins, do you think Guidry moves to middle infield next year? I do. I'm not saying he won't pitch, but I think he's a middle infielder for sure. That's what he wants to do. And you're losing your middle infield, so. Bruno Van Moore, Iraq in the pool. Iraq's in the tub right now. Kenny Remonday, you think we lose anyone in the portal? Well, yeah, man. You know what? Someone just asked, does Joe Bear sign? That's going to be an interesting one. I think the ones that will actually have a decision to make. So, by the way, yes. If you ask me, do I think Joe Bear will sign? Yes, I do. What I had been hearing a couple weeks ago was that Travinski was planning to come back. Again, you never know, things can happen and whatever, and you'll have Brady Neal back next year, and you sign Neal, Fry, and Bear Jones, 3 catchers last year. So I don't know. I don't know what he'll do, but what I was told several weeks ago was Travinski was leaning to come back, so we'll see. Any chance of Thompson returning? 0. Thompson's gone. I'll run through it again. Morgan's gone. Thompson's gone. Cruz is gone. Skeens is gone. Floyd is gone. The ones you got to keep an eye on. Grant Taylor's a draft-eligible sophomore. Garrett Edwards, I heard, is gone as well. See, the thing with here's the thing with Edwards. So Edwards is a junior, and he suffered his injury during the season like Chase Shores, so Edwards likely wouldn't be available to pitch next year. So he's going to sign because there's no sense in coming back. So I think Edwards will sign as well. And when you win a national championship, a lot of guys think and go, well, why? We did it. So go. You won your, you're not coming back. Lewis Coleman was on AFR today and talked about the reason he came back for his senior year was unfinished business. He gave up the big home run against North Carolina, which ended it for him in Omaha in 08. So he came back to win a national championship. That's why he came back. So yeah, Beloso, Dugas are seniors. They're out of eligibility, as is Merrifield. We'll see what Javen Coleman does. He's a junior. We'll see what Riley Cooper's a junior, but I don't know that he has a real pro future. So does he come back? He could. Ackenhausen's a junior. What does he elect to do? What kind of pro future does he have? Don't know. So anyway. Right. All right. Brett said jump in the pool again. All right. One more pool jump. Why not? One more pool jump, then we sign off. When I come out of that pool, we're signing off. I need to, but I'm not wearing underwear, y'all. I just have on shorts, and they're like cotton shorts. So because I jumped in earlier with my jeans and my boxers, so I took all that off. So I need to tie this drawstring up pretty good. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna jump in the pool, but here's what I need y'all to do. For SEO purposes, even if you don't need a roof, just click on the HUDCO link that's pinned, so it helps. Like if there's one, all right, do me this favor. There's 1,100 of you watching. Here's what I need. Do me this favor. I'm gonna go jump in the pool. I need 1,000 people, like literally all of you watching right now. You've hung out with me this long, okay? I just need you to click the fucking link, because even if you don't need a roof, it's gonna help us with SEO purposes. So I just need you to click the HUDCO roofing link when we sign off, okay? Do me that favor. Just click the link, and then you can X right out of it. Just click the link. If we get 1,000 link clicks right now, awesome. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, cannonball time. Here we go. What do y'all want? Y'all tell me. Cannonball, dive, belly flop, backbuster, Ryan Corinth, see Ackenhausen starting. I don't know that Ackenhausen will be here. You don't see the link. It's literally pinned in the chat. Jump. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you live. Backbuster, cannonball, backbuster, bald head first. I think Cannonball's winning it. Belly flop. Cageonomics, what's up, Cageonomics? Respect to you, Cageonomics. This is me. This isn't a HUDCO plug. This is just me doffing my cap to you for streaming the games. To you, Cageonomics. I don't know who you are. Probably like to meet you. Oddly, although I subscribe to ESPN Plus, because when LSU played in Round Rock, the game was on. Oh, was that D1? You know what? I ended up buying the D1 subscription or whatever it was. I bought the game for the final one when I was home, or maybe when I was on the plane ride coming back. That's what it was. I bought it for the plane ride coming back, but going there, I watched the game, the Iowa game, on Cageonomics. So, respect to you, Cageonomics. I owe you a beer. Message me, Cageonomics. I owe you a beer. Someone says he remains anonymous. I don't care who it is. I ain't gonna tell who the fuck you are. Like I care. I don't care. I don't care who you are. I won't out you. All right, here we go. Cannonball. Was that Ron Burgundy? I have a horrifying news story. I've been handed some urgent and horrifying news. Cannonball. Okay, here we go. By the way, my pool it's 3 feet at the ends and goes 5 feet in the middle. So it's 3 feet and goes to 5 feet. So it's really shallow on the ends of the pool. So I got to get to the middle. You know what I mean? If I jump right here, by the way, there's bar stools in the pool. I don't know if you can see there's a bench over there as well. All right. Natty Champs. What's the Podna thing? I don't know what that is. I don't know what the Podna thing is. Anyway. Go Tigers, Natty Champs. Smash the like. Subscribe up to the channel if you're new. 5-5 from the Russian judge. Jerry, 10 out of 10 for not losing your shorts. Wilk, go skinny dipping. Okay, but I'm gonna turn off the stream before I do that. I've done that before here. I mean, we got a lot of privacy. We got like 6-7 foot shrubs here and over there as well, so you can't see neighbors. The only problem is we have neighbors on the backside, and those people, you can't see their house because all the lights are off. Those people are like huge AFR fans who live back there, the people that live here listen to the show. They're new neighbors, but it was interesting because one day I was just like, I saw them outside when they moved in. I walked over just to say hello, and they're like, "Are you mad?" I'm like, "Yeah, the guy listens to the show, cool guy, Army guy, LSU fans, but they were living in Auburn, Alabama. Just great people." Anyway, so I don't think I should go like skinny dipping with the people over there, but you can see the brick wall. So as long as I stay low, no one can see me. But like if I'm walking around here with no pants on, that's a problem, because then you can see across the way. Okay. Now football season. Yes, it is. Let's go. Graham said I clicked the link 38 times alone. I love it. That's great. Thank y'all so much. All right. Thank you very much. And if you do know people who need a roof repair replacement, free no obligation roofing inspection, holler at HUDCO. Okay. Go Tigers. We'll see y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Peace.